Have you heard stories this year of people having to make 5, 10, or even 15 plus offers before finally having an offer accepted? Have you heard of people just getting discouraged and giving up on buying a home altogether because their offers keep getting rejected? Are you one of these people? Well, if your offers keep getting rejected, stay tuned because I'm about to reveal why our offers get accepted more than those of your average frustrated agent. Hi, I'm Ryan Nicholas with the Damon Sells Homes team at Coldwell Banker, and my team and I help home buyers navigate the complex Northern Virginia home buying market using our smart home buying strategy, a proven, repeatable system backed by market research and decades of experience, using little-known strategies and tactics to help you find the perfect house, buy it for the least amount of money, and avoid the common mistakes you might make that can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Be sure to comment below if you have any questions about something you hear in the video today. I'll read and respond to every comment. And of course, please subscribe to my channel if you want to watch more videos to help give you an edge in the Northern Virginia real estate market. So, why are some offers accepted and others are not? What makes a seller choose one offer over another? How do you know if your agent is doing everything they can to best represent you and put you in a position to succeed? Lots of people think price alone determines what offer is going to be accepted. And that may be the biggest deciding factor, but there's more to it than that. Your agent, other terms in the contract, and how your offer is presented plays a huge role in the success rate of your offer. Let me tell you just 7 of the reasons that I know that we are so successful at getting our clients' offers accepted in a competitive market. Number 1 is follow instructions. Follow instructions, follow instructions, follow instructions. Can I tell you as a listing agent how frustrating and irritating it is when buyer's agents do not follow our instructions? I believe that the negotiating process starts from our very first interaction with a listing agent. So when we're representing you as the buyer, we're gonna follow the listing agent's instructions. If the listing says to schedule the showing online, we're gonna schedule it online. And if it says to call, we're gonna pick up the phone and call and not text. And we're gonna call the right agent if it's a team. Do you know how often buyer's agents either don't read these basic instructions in our listings, or maybe they read them and then they choose not to follow them? Like if I ask for an offer to be submitted as one complete PDF document with all the addenda and the lender pre-approval letter attached, and they can't figure out technology enough to know how to do that or even to bother to try, that's gonna give me a pretty good indication about what it's gonna be like to work with that agent for the rest of the transaction. While not following instructions may not be a deciding factor, it could certainly be a tiebreaker or get that buyer another opportunity. Number 2 is writing a clean contract. You would be shocked to see how many contracts that come in on our listings are just riddled with errors, mistakes, and omissions. It sounds so elementary, but I kid you not that if we get 10 offers on one of our listings, there's typically 6 or 7 contracts with mistakes. And in the Northern Virginia marketplace, I've been told that there are over 20,000 licensed real estate agents. Not all are created equal. So we get these contracts in all the time that literally cannot or should not be signed because the agents left certain fields blank, had incorrect or misspelled information, missing entire contract addenda or disclosures, on and on. It's especially frustrating to a listing agent if the correct information was provided in the listing, but the buyer's agent just didn't write it correctly into the contract. Again, this just gives a listing agent a preview as to what it's going to be like to work with that agent. So when we represent you, we make sure our contracts are clean, complete, and accurate. This sends the message that we're professional, well prepared, and that we know what we're doing, and we're going to be easy to work with, which is key in a competitive situation. The goal here is to write a perfect contract, so all the seller has to do is sign. Number 3 is who you work with matters. As one of the top teams in the Northern Virginia area for many years, we have formed relationships with many of the other top producing agents and teams in our area. Our reputation precedes us. And when a seller has multiple offers on the table, oftentimes it gets narrowed down to those top 2 or 3 offers, and the sellers may turn to their agent for guidance. Many times, listing agents have explained to the sellers that our team has a reputation for integrity and good faith representing buyers, and they know and trust us. That can be the tiebreaker. Our team leader, Damon Nicholas, was just honored by Nova Real Producers magazine as a legend of Northern Virginia real estate. Nova Real Producers are the top 500 agents in Northern Virginia who handle about 90% of all the real estate transactions. And a few years back, I was featured as a rising star in Nova Real Producers. That's actually the feature you're looking at over my shoulder. And I was selected last year as one of the top 40 agents under 40, most of whom I've gotten to know and am well connected through serving on many committees on our local real estate board. So there's a very good chance I may know the listing agent on the other side when we find your next home. Just in the last year, there were 4 or 5 times where I found myself representing a buyer in situations where we were competing against many other offers, where the listing agent told me that the main reason, or one of the main reasons that they accepted our offer, was because they knew our team and trusted that we had our buyers well prepared. Reason number 4 is drilling down on what's important to the seller. Other than just the money, how would the seller like the transaction to go? Do they want a quick closing or a long escrow? Have they been through any trauma? And if so, how can we make that easier for them? Is there a certain title company they'd want us to use? We have a great series of questions that we ask listing agents when we're getting ready to make an offer. You'd be surprised what some agents tell us that they probably shouldn't tell us that help your negotiating position. If we're not the first one to make an offer and make that first impression on the seller, I generally want to be the last offer in and get as much information as I can from the listing agent, so that way you can come in with that winning offer at the last second. You would be surprised at how many times we get offers from agents who never called us, never asked us any questions, and their poor buyers never had a chance because they didn't present the kind of offer that was most likely to be accepted. We will never do that to you. Reason number 5 is if the situation calls for it, we can use an appraisal gap. As a buyer, you can agree to cover an appraisal gap. This is an awesome strategy that I've been using successfully since about 2015, and it only started to become more widely used in 2020 when the market got really competitive. But still, the vast majority of buyers do not use this strategy. And when you work with me to buy your next house, I'll walk you through how we do this. Reason number 6 is you can reduce or eliminate contingencies. Contingencies are those things that a buyer may require in order to go through with the transaction. These may include home inspections, radon, financing, and appraisal contingencies. Put in the comments what questions you have about these contingencies, and I will be doing future videos on each of these contingencies. And reason number 7 is we use creative incentives. I can't reveal all of our negotiating strategies and tactics here, but there are lots of strategies and incentives that we've employed in different situations to help our clients' offers get accepted. I'll give you one last example. I had one buyer have an offer accepted recently over 11 other offers. Their offer was, I think, the 4th or 5th highest. And not only did the listing agent know Damon, my team leader, which helped, but also we noticed walking through the house that the sellers had a lot of memorabilia from the team formerly known as the Redskins. My client had previously told me that they were actually related to Russ Grimm, one of the Hogs. And if you don't follow football, Russ Grimm was a Hall of Fame lineman for the Skins back when they were winning Super Bowls in the glory days. So we wrote in our offer that they would get Russ to autograph some of their memorabilia for them. And the sellers just loved that and decided to sell their house to my clients. The bottom line is, if you have a great agent representing you, you're well prepared, you have a good strategy going in with your agent and your lender, and you can add little sweeteners in your offer, that will enable you to beat out the other offers, buy the house you want for the least amount of money, and get you the keys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to schedule a time to talk about buying a home in Northern Virginia, I've made it really easy for you. Just follow the instructions in the description below. And if you got value from this video, please like it, and I'd love it if you could share it with somebody else you know who might get value from it too. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out the other playlists for more great information on the Northern Virginia real estate market.